Welcome back to the channel. So I found myself with some free time recently, so I took out my Fujifilm XT30 and decided to do a bit of photography. Now I paired that with my auto Chinon lens, which I've had for 10-15 years now. I never really used it, but today or a couple weeks ago I bought the adapter for it and I decided to break it out and just get some use out of it. We're gonna head to a unique location, a tennis court, for some creative photography. You might not really think of a tennis court as a photographer's paradise, but it can be. So the clean lines, the contrasting colors, the textures, it offers like so many possibilities. So make us see what we can capture. First things first, let's embrace the court's defining features. Obviously, the lines. The duality of the court. The green, the blues, the whites, the contrast of the neon green tennis ball. You can use them to create leading lines or even as framing devices, kind of like to define abstractions within the frame. I always saw tennis courts the same way I see a Pete Mondrian painting. The net adds another layer of like geometry to your composition. But the net on this court was full of dirt and leaves and all kind of different trash and debris, so it wasn't really that appealing. But then I started to figure out how to use the net for a different reason. Cutting across it and using it as a framing device instead. And then I decided to just go through it, framing it so that I kind of got rid of the trash and giving the shot a focal point by introducing the tennis racket. You see, tennis courts can be a good place also to play with light and shadow. Early mornings, late afternoons obviously offer the most dramatic shadows. Here I tried to bring in some movement, but I wasn't sure how successful it was. I think it needed a tripod and maybe using the self timer and using both hands and having some more action in there. I don't know what this thing is, but someone in the comments can for sure help me out. But I found it kind of interesting, but also it was hard to figure out a composition that worked for it. But then stopped down the camera and realized I could get some kind of cool looking cinematic-ish more shots. Layering photos in Z-space for me is something that I'm trying to do more because I don't naturally put elements in the foreground. Sometimes the most interesting things aren't giant landscapes or cities or people walking on the street. It's just the details. The court, the cracked lines, the intricate details, those within themselves can become more beautiful abstract pieces, art pieces on their own. These are things you start to frame. Don't be afraid to experiment. Get low, tilt your camera, different perspectives. These are things I know in my mind, but being within that kind of rectangle of tennis court, it was hard to find new perspectives. Next time you're looking for a place to shoot, don't overlook the basic places. You find these places all around your neighborhood. You don't have to fly to New York or London or Tokyo to find stuff that's interesting. Anywhere can give you a really nice composition, light and shadow. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, follow, do the usual YouTube things. And remember, it's all about perspective.